Okay, so thank you so much, Lindsay, for jumping on. I was going to go over a few things, but my team, like the rest of the team's not really on here, so I'm not going to talk about my stuff. I can talk later with them. But thank you so much for joining us. Lindsay and I are success partners. We decided like back at Summit when they kind of started introducing success partners, which is basically just you find somebody to work with, you find somebody not necessarily on your team to work with, so you can bounce ideas off of each other. You can talk each other up or down if you're, being drastic about stuff. And it's just fun to be able to share that with somebody and like be able to vent and to talk about frustration and talk about success and whatever it is in the business that it throws us. So I'm so thankful to have you on here to share your tips. You like are an inspiration to me because you help me all the time. You add me to your team stuff, and I appreciate it so much. Everything you've done for me since I've started. So thank you, thank you.
I'm pregnant. Don't make me cry.
I know.
Well, I was just gonna say something on success partners while you take a drink really quick with that.
Yeah.
Is that for you guys right now starting out, since it's like a newer group right here, success partner to you, you're probably like, I don't even understand what that is, but it could be the most helpful in your business right now. Like if I had Tabitha when I started the business, it's just someone that you can say, okay, no matter what day, I'm gonna invite 4 people to my network. And now you've told that one person, and they're not going to like slap your hand and make you do it, but because you told them, your level of accountability goes up. And really, like with Tabitha and I, if you're wondering like what's a success partner, that's what it is. It's like if I'm like, okay, Tabitha, I need to run free groups every single freaking month. Okay, I need to do it. Then I can tell her that, and she holds me accountable to it. But I also, it's that other piece of accountability. So as you guys are getting started with your business, definitely like finding someone that you can just like partner up with is huge, I think. So sorry.
No, you're fine. No, that's so true. And I think it takes time like to find. I didn't even really like realize that I needed one. Not that I necessarily I'm pretty self-motivated. Lindsay's really self-motivated. Like we could run this business without each other, but it's really nice to have somebody to just like I said, just really push you to do more when they know you can, and just whatever, vent and talk. So Jackson. So go ahead, Lindsay, if you want to. That way we can and then we can open it up at the end. Since we mostly have new coaches on here, we can open it up at the end maybe and talk about some stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So hi, Jess.
There she is. Yeah.
So first of all, thanks for having me on, and also thanks for letting me. Tonight I was going to be hosting a support call for my new coaches, and then I was like, oh, I'll have someone else do it, and no one else could do it. And I'm like, you know what? This would be a really great call. And I asked Tabitha, and she's like, yeah. So thanks for letting everyone jump on. It's fun when you can kind of mesh teams together. So a lot of you, I feel like, know me, except for Linda. Linda, you don't know me. Hi. Nice to meet you. So just so you guys know a little bit about me, and then anybody who's watching this recording. So my name is Lindsay. I've been in this business for 4 years. It was 4 years on May 9th. And I really started this business never trying Shakeology, never being in a challenge group, never doing a program. I tried P90X like 10 times and I failed at it miserably because it wasn't the program for me, which is a huge important thing. Like some people are like, I've tried home program. You just need to remember that it's probably because they tried something that wasn't for them, but a different type of workout would be, So I started this business strictly for the business opportunity. I was struggling with an eating disorder at the time, but I didn't think that this would be my ticket to fix that. And it wasn't even in my head that I needed that. I was 25 weeks pregnant. I'm 30 weeks pregnant right now, and Devin's almost 33 weeks, right? Or yes, yeah. And so I started this business strictly because I knew that I was living paycheck to paycheck. I needed to find a way to not feel like I had zero control over my life. because I had nothing to control, the thing I could control was the food intake or non-intake or whatever it was that I was dabbling in at that time. And I was scared because, you know, I had this baby in my belly. I really wanted to have more control in my life. And when this opportunity came in, I just kind of said, yes, I need it. I'm going to do it. Let me try this. And I was a success starter right away. I hit Success Club the first 6 months in my business. And then I had, or three or 4 months, I think it was. And then my 5th and 6th month, I actually did not hit Success Club. And I didn't really care because at that point I had a newborn, and I started getting to a point in my business where I was comparing myself to everybody. I was comparing myself to everyone else because that's what I've done my whole life. Yes. Let me see if my volume's all the way up. Let me put my headphones on.
Maybe it's just me. Do you guys feel like you can hear really well, or is it just me?
Is that better?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that's better. Yeah. Okay. So what was I saying? Pregnancy brain. So basically I didn't hit Success Club those months because I had a newborn. I was trying to figure out life, and I stopped believing in myself. I started comparing myself to other coaches that had been in the business for the same amount of time as me or less and had different results in different areas. And I started not believing in myself anymore. And something happened in that next few months where I enrolled a coach, Amanda Huber, and she really wanted to work this business, and she was excited and she was hungry for it. And at that point, I didn't know if I believed in me anymore, but I definitely believed in her. And so I went to a live event with her, which if you guys underestimate anything in your business, it's going to be 2 things: live events and personal development. And what I need to tell you is you need to get out of your own way and you need to get to live events and you need to read personal development, because those are the things that motivate you. And if you don't fill your own cup, then you can't fill anyone else's. So I had never been to a live event. I'd stopped reading personal development and I was stuck. And I basically was trying to control things that I couldn't control. And I was at a place in my life where I was like, okay, I thought this was the ticket, but I guess it's not. And I'm just going to go to this live event with Amanda and be there for her because she's my friend. And then something happened at that event. Christina Sullins was handing out certificates, and she was handing out, she was talking about a new coach that had hit the ground running and was doing really great. And I was like, oh, that's me. I really like recognition. So I recognize people all the time and I really love recognition myself. So I'm like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. This is me. She's going to recognize me. And I totally thought I was in, this hole, but I guess I'm doing really good. And she didn't. She recognized a brand new coach that had just signed up that month and it had hit Success Club 6. And I was like, doesn't she see that it just hit me. I'm like, doesn't she see how hard I've been working? And then I'm like, no, because I haven't. I've stopped believing in me. I've stopped doing the simple things that people say if I do, I'll be successful. And instead, I've tried to control things that I have no control over. So I made a decision that day to completely switch my mindset. And in doing that, everything changed. So in a year, I was able to go part-time. I do have to let you know that, this isn't, I have to put the disclaimer there. It definitely isn't this way financially for every person. It definitely depends on your technique with how you place for volume, which for new coaches may be confusing. I can talk about that another day. It definitely has to do with the amount you're recruiting. It has to do with the amount of belief you have in the products and the amount of education. I was just talking to Emmy about this today. It's all about education. You're not selling to anybody. And the minute you can get that out of your head and realize that all you're doing is educating them on something that every single person can benefit from. And after you get to the education done, whether they take it or not is up to them, right? So I made this decision to get out of my own way, to educate as many people as I possibly could, and to try. And in that, like I said, the year I was able to go part-time. So that really lit another fire under my butt. And I was like, I think I can do this. And in 2.5 years, I was able to retire. And now I am a full-time coach from home with my son. Owen is now 3.5, and I am 30 weeks pregnant right now. So life is definitely a lot different. And I'm going to tell you though, that it all changed for me in this business when I stopped worrying and controlling things that I had no control over. And we all do this every day. Every single one of us do this in our lives every single day. And it's a mindset shift. And your mindset is what determines your results in anything in your life. It's what determines your results in your fitness, and it's what determines your results in your business. So if you're not being successful in your fitness, if you're falling off with nutrition, if you're falling off with your programs, you're not getting your workouts in, you don't need to, I need to get up at 5 a.m. to work out and I need to do this. You don't need to execute a plan that's a physical plan. You first need to check your mindset. You need to get yourself where you want, because if you don't have that solid mindset, then you don't have anything. And so I had to do that. And if I'm going to be completely honest with you right now, our team is so awesome and I love them. And we hit Premier for 2017. So it's weird. It was 2016. They say 2017. I get confused. I just say one or the other, whatever comes out at the moment. But so in 2016, we were a Premier team, which is the top, I think it was like the top 300 or 400 in the company. It's the top 1% in the company. And you basically do it by, how many people that you're helping, the business that you're growing, the volume that you're building, and the fact that you believe the products and you're just sharing with your heart. And that's really where it comes from. So we hit Premier, and you would think that when you hit something like that you're just on top of the world, right? But I'm going to tell you, Tabitha knows that I was the complete opposite. I hit Premier, our team hit Premier, and I went into a giant sinkhole of like, I need to back off. I'm not quitting the business ever. First of all, just so everybody knows, there will never be a day that I don't, because it's saved my life in more ways than I can even tell you. My marriage, not that we were ever going to like not be together, but like, it's ripple affected so many people in my life, and it's just unbelievable the things it's done. But I had to take a step back and really focus, because in pushing for Premier and in hitting it, I had to check myself, because I realized I was getting in a funk because I was starting to try to control things I couldn't control. I was starting to wonder, why did it take 3 years, for almost 4 years, for our team to hit Premier? We're just as good as those other teams. I started comparing myself, and I'm pregnant and I was in my first trimester, and I started getting really bad anxiety. And I was like, Tabitha, oh my gosh, like I don't know what to do, but I just need to keep it simple right now. I just need to keep it simple. And it was the absolute best thing that I could have ever done. When I stopped trying to complicate it, when I stopped trying to be a Premier elite coach, when I stopped trying to be something that I never signed up to be in this business in the first place. I didn't sign up because Christina Sullen said you could be a Premier coach. I signed up because she told me I could make a living enough to stay home with my son. And that's what I'm doing. So why would I compare myself, and why would I let that rank and those things take control of me so much that they make me feel like asking these questions? Am I good enough? Do I need to push harder? I need to work more, and I need to play less. And it totally just took me in a bad place. So I pulled this presentation out that I'm going to show you guys right now. And this presentation I did a couple years ago, but it's unbelievable that this presentation is actually what brought me back from this crazy place that us humans go to when we allow ourselves to be taken over by things that don't matter, things that don't truly define us, but we're sensitive and we're human and we care, and sometimes that happens. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. I'm sorry if like I kind of went all over the place. I have the worst pregnancy brain. That's just a thing and it happens, but this
She frozen? Is it just me? She's frozen, right? Okay, I don't see her. I see her, but she's frozen. Okay, she'll be back. maybe, hopefully.
She's definitely frozen for me too.
Okay, there she is. She'll be right back, I bet.
Okay.
You know, sometimes that happens, dang it. Jackson, what are you doing?
I have a Jackson too.
You do?
Yeah, he's going on 2.
Okay. Do you spell his name with an X or C?
Yep.
You do.
Jaxon.
Okay, his is XSON.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's 4. Huh. Let me get that.
Hey, Jax.
She has a Jackson too. Well, maybe she'll be right back, hopefully. Just a minute.
Happened?
Oh, there she is.
What happened?
Dang it, I know you froze up. I was like, crap, is it my computer? I'm thinking, oh no, I'm going to lose the whole call.
Well, I'm glad you didn't, because I really did
Lose the whole call. Like my computer just stopped.
Oh, shoot.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay. Geez, that was terrifying. Okay, so back to what we were doing. Okay, so we get fed up, and I've had a lot of conversations with people as of recent where it's like, you know, and Devin, I'm just using you as an example because this was something we recently talked about, but she has a ton of people in our new challenge group, and this is her first month as a coach, and only a couple are participating. And she said in the new coach group the other day, you know, I don't know, maybe I'm just not doing something right. I'm questioning if this is maybe for me. And I just couldn't wait for her to hear this call because that's really out of our control, right? So I want to talk about what we can control and kind of how you can get yourself on the track to getting what you want. But I want to remind you that this business takes being consistent over a long period of time. It takes being willing to do what other people are not willing to do over a course of time, but so that eventually you can live the way other people don't have the option to live. And sometimes it takes longer for others. For me, I was very blessed that it only took 2.5 years for me to be able to stay home. But on average, it usually takes about 5 years. I'd say, but there's coaches that do it sooner and there's coaches that do it a lot later. But what I want to tell you guys is that time is going to be different for everyone when it comes to your challengers, when it comes to your coaches, and when it comes to you, and when it comes to what you get to do in this business. So you have to remember what defines you, and you have to remember what you can control. So when we talk about what we can see in others, sometimes we see things in them that we haven't even seen yet, right? And we want to tell them, like, all these people that you guys are inviting right now, you want to say, like, all these answers, they're for you. They're right in front of you. How do you not see the value? Why you feel like they're not listening? You feel like everybody just wants something for free and everything. And you feel like you're putting this education into them and they're not hearing you, But what you need to understand and what you need to do in that point or in that time is let them or understand that at that time, it's just about timing. It's nothing that you can control. As long as you're educating them, as long as you know you've done your part in educating them, ask them the right questions, recommended, educated them, talked with them, and then it's in their court. And as long as you know you did that, then that's the only thing you can control. So you have to just give them support, develop them in the areas they feel they're lacking or not ready in. So sometimes if it's someone in my business or a coach that I'm working with or a customer that I'm working with that they're just not ready, they're not doing what they need to do because time is really something that's holding them back, then I'm able to help them with that. Let me teach you a little bit about what helped me with time management, so you can help them in other areas, build the relationship stronger, and then move on. We really can't count on any one person. A lot of times we want to hit Success Club. So every day we send out a couple messages and we're just not hitting Success Club. And the truth of it is that you can't control if one of the couple people a day that you message is going to see the value, be ready, and join. But you can't control how many people you talk to. You can control the activity that you put out, and you can control the amount of education that you guys share with others. So what is in our business, or what is it in our business that we can control? I did this at a little mini coach camp, so I kind of had everybody talk about this at this time, but we won't do that. So the controllables in your business, it's not what rank you are. It's not what title you have. If you're a Success Club 10 legend, if you're a Success Club 5 all-star, if you're any of that stuff, it's not that. The controllables are your activity, your solutions, your self-development, your drive, your frame of mind, and your choices. These controllable things are what define you. If you are a diamond coach, or if you are a 2-star diamond coach and you feel like you should be a 5-star, but your activity that you're in control of is really only the amount of maybe what a newer or emerald coach is doing, then your business is going to stay there. The minute you act like what you want to be, and you start acting like you're already there, and you control that, and you act like you're already that coach, that level that you need to be, you're already making that income that you need to have to supplement whatever it is that you're here for, or whatever, then that's the stuff you can control, and that's when it starts rolling there to develop you into that. So how many people you're talking to? You guys, these conversations are so simple, and we overthink them all the time. It's just, hey, how are you doing? Oh my gosh, your kids are getting so big. Where did you get that picture taken? Everyone's always looking for a family photographer, right? What are you doing for Halloween? It's just building relationships. When you guys are sending outgoing messages, it is in your control to remember that you're not sending the messages with intentions to do anything. You're sending them messages with just the opportunity to warm them up and get to know you, so that when they see that post that you do put out that tells people what you have going on, they already feel connected in some way, that it's easier for them to reach out or be accepting to an invite that you do end up sending. Hi, Summer. And then the next thing, she's so cute. You guys look so much alike. Okay, so then the uncontrollable. When you guys are sending out these messages, sometimes we get scared to send these because people see them and then they don't answer, right? And that's scary, especially because you don't want to feel weird and whatever. So you can't control it though. When you get crickets, you can't control that. You can't let that not allow you to send more messages saying hi to people the next day. You can't let a rude response, which I rarely get, if you're really speaking from the heart, then people, if you're really just connecting with people, then, you're not going to get a rude response. But if you do, you can't let those rude responses make you nervous to talk to more people, because those people don't define you. Those things don't define you, but you keeping going and you doing the same thing and being consistent every day, that's what's going to define you and take you to where you want to be. And people that just don't engage back, it's okay. You just move on. You let it go. That's uncontrollable. That's a dangerous place to stay, because then you start questioning your worth and, what you're even here for. And you already know what it is, because when you enrolled to be a coach, you knew why you wanted to be a coach. You knew what that one thing, like, wouldn't it be super cool if doing this could allow me to go part-time? Or wouldn't this be awesome, right? Those are the things you're going for. And these uncontrollables, they don't matter. So we have to let them go. You're in control of how many people you're adding to your network. So you can control how many people you're adding in a day, a week, a month. You can set that goal and you can reach it. You can control what groups you're a part of, what you're engaging in. You can control how warm you're making your Facebook page, your home, how much you're just chatting with people and being a normal, like, chatty Cathy person, right? But you can't control how many people accept your friend request. Who cares if they don't? Hi, Jackson. Who cares if they don't accept it? And you can't control, if people are warm back or not, but you can't let them determine what you do the next day. So you just keep adding, you move on. They don't define you, and they don't define where you're going. You are in complete control of how many people you invite to join your journey. If you have a birthday party for your kid tomorrow and you don't invite anyone, but you tell everyone about the party, this is what it's going to be, we're going to have this, we're going to have a piñata, we're having this kind of food, it's going to be awesome, but you don't actually formally invite anyone, no one is going to come. You can't assume that people just know they can join you. They don't know. We're action-oriented people. I don't know often that I can do things until I see something that says, click here or join here or message me here if you are interested in this, right? So you are in control of how much you show people they are welcome to join you and how many people you're inviting to your journey to join you, whatever way that is. So you have to know that some people will come to you when you're posting your results and you're doing awesome, and you'll get those people. But a lot of times people like to be invited. They like to be thought of. So you want to make sure that you are inviting people to what you have going on and being as excited and as genuine about it as if it was just a birthday party. Because really, we don't have to make it this big stigma that we do, right? It's just an invite to something that's awesome, that's changed our lives, that's changed so many people's lives. This is what we're in control of. We can invite to it. What they say after that, we can't really control. We can educate them. We can control our response, but we can only lead the horse to water. We can't make it drink, right? But the more people you talk to, the more people join. This is a numbers game. They say if you aim to get 40 to 50 people in your free group, about 10 to 15 will join your challenge group. And out of those, maybe like 5 to 10 actually join with a challenge pack or something. And out of those, maybe 1 to 2 are interested in hearing about coaching. And 1 or 2 of those 1 to 2 will join. It's a numbers game. And it's also just you being honest and just being that intuitive person that every single one of us are, that you know if someone would be great at this. So don't be afraid to compliment them in that way. Because if it was, okay, this girl loves leggings and I can see through her black leggings every single day. She needs a pair of LuLaRoe black leggings that you can't see through. You wouldn't be scared to tell her that. You wouldn't be scared to say, hey, listen, I have a friend. She sells LuLaRoe. She might have some black leggings for you. I know you love your black leggings. I'm going to get you hooked up with her. You wouldn't be afraid to do that. So you shouldn't be afraid to share what you believe in 100% because you're here and you're getting results yourself. The uncontrollable is that it's hard to let go of that no, because we take it personal. When someone tells us no, we feel like it's something we did, it's something we said, it's something we didn't say. But in all reality, it has nothing to do with us. And I often tell people that in my conversations. This has nothing to do with me. Anything that you say to me will not offend me. This is about you. It's not about me. And then they feel more comfortable talking to me about why their decision is that way. And I don't take it personal that they're just busy, or that they don't have kids. And right now in their head, they like the gym better than working out at home. That's okay. That's nothing personal with me. That's their life. But at some point in their life, they could be ready for it. So they're not saying no to you. They're just saying no to something that they think is not for them. And if you've done your part in educating them best as to why you thought it would be great for them in the first place, then you can't really do much else, right? How we respond to the no is huge. You're in complete control of how ready you are for their objections. And I'm not saying manipulate them, but educating them. There was a great objection with Devin today. Someone told her that they didn't think the coaching opportunity would ever supplement their income. And if they needed more money, then why wouldn't they just work more hours for their company? And I said, well, she obviously doesn't understand what's possible with this business then, right? It's our job to educate, because if we don't, they won't know. How would she know unless we tell her? And if this is something that could possibly change her life, then why wouldn't we want to share it? And what's the worst thing she's going to say? No, thank you for the information. It's not for me. Okay, but it's scary. And I totally get it, because invites were something, and still are sometimes, scary. They're not always comfortable. But how you respond, like I said, how you overcome them, how comfortable you are with telling them, I understand how you feel. I felt that same way, but this is what I've found. This is how Shakeology actually did not make any dent in my budget, because I meal planned. Have you ever meal planned before? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to budget $20 a month or $20 a week out of your normal groceries. Your Shakeology is going to fit right into there. It's going to take away your impulse buys at Starbucks. It's going to take away your cravings. And then what's going to happen is maybe you're going to spend $10 more a month than you did before. Maybe. but it fits in. And when you tell people this, they understand. But if you don't tell them that, then they think their normal $200 a week grocery bill, they're adding $130 on a month, but they're not. They don't know unless we tell them what this product actually does. So you're in control of how you educate them. This is your business. So you just want to remember and know, I compared it to hair with Emmy earlier. You have to, I won't do it with you guys because you're not all hairstylists. Emmy and I get each other with that. But it's like you have to, people don't know unless you tell them. And this is your opportunity to tell them when you're in these conversations with them. So you want to, where am I looking at here? To keep the relationship going, you want to rise above. You don't want to take it personal. And when their answer is no, and if it's really no at the time, then you say okay, but you still keep that relationship going. It's not some weird thing now that you don't talk to them. That's fine. It's not for them, but it doesn't mean it's not for them forever. And you just keep moving on. Oh, well, do you guys have plans for Father's Day or whatever? Or talk to them and catch up with them again in a couple of weeks. So it's important to know that it's not one post. It's not one group. It's not 1 week of activity that makes you successful. And if you think one post that doesn't get a lot of likes is a failure, then you're wrong. Because a lot of times people look at it and they don't even like it, but they will say something to you in person. Like, hey, I saw your post. And then I've gone back and looked and realized they never even liked it. But they saw it and they were impacted by it and they were moved by it. People don't like everything they see because they're not in network marketing like us, right? To us, all those likes matter. All those comments matter, but not to everyone. So when you have a post that you feel like it flopped, maybe it did, but maybe it didn't. Don't let that one post determine how you post on your social media the next day. Don't let that one group where only 2 people are participating determine how you think that next group in the next month is going to work. You just have to maybe tweak some things, make it more exciting, but understand that it's not 1 week of activity. It's not 1 month of activity. It's not even 6 months of consistent activity that make you successful. It's showing up every day for a year, believing in you, believing in your team, showing people that you're still going, that is when people come around. I am just now getting people that I'm talking to that have told me literally they've been watching me since I started coaching 4 years ago. And they're just now ready to talk about it. People take a while. We're loyal to what we know. We're stubborn in changing our habits. Change is hard. And sometimes it takes a while to realize like, okay, this chick is really in it. And I was inspired, but now I'm really inspired because this has been like a year of her being consistent. And maybe I do want to know what this challenge group thing is. So it's waking up every day ready to be 1% better, being consistent over time, not letting the uncontrollables suck your time. Yes, you're going to acknowledge them, and then you need to kick them under the rug or talk to your success partner and get it off your chest and move on. You need to continuously grow the controllable. Things that you're feeling the weakest in, that's what I love to read personal development about. So for a while, I was feeling really weak in my marriage. I knew that if my marriage was stronger, my business would be stronger. So I read a book with my husband on how to better our marriage. And it worked. And then I needed to learn how to set goals better. So I read a book on setting goals better. Then now I need a book that allows me to feel like I'm a good mom, because I'm scared of having another and feeling like it's you splitting your time. That's scary. So my personal development book right now is I'm reading one on the business, but I read that about every other day. But every day I'm fueling myself to feel like I'm a good mom and remind me what I need to do, because when I'm better in that weakest area, I'm better across the board. So continuously growing the things you can control and choosing to only see success in the end. Because if you guys think of it right now, if you never quit, then you're never going to fail. You're going to fall. And I hope you do, because if you don't fall flat on your face and get up time and time again, then you're not trying. You're going to fall. That's going to happen. It's what you do after the fall that matters. It's getting up and keeping going. And a lot of times, one of my favorite quotes that I've heard recently is that a lot of times when you fall, it's like a setback, But the important thing to remember is that in order for an arrow to be launched forward, it has to be pulled back. So a lot of times when we hit that place where we think we're trying to control too much, and maybe, we're kind of wondering, how long is this going to take? And oh my gosh, I'm nervous about these invites, or whatever it is in your life, you have to remember that when you, right on the other side of that tough area, right on the other side of that part that feels like it's literally kicking your booty. I was going to swear, but I realized I didn't want somewhere to be like, it's like you right on the other side of that is typically momentum, because you get past that and people see you push through, and that's where the magic really happens. So you have to remember in this business that you can control. So I like to tell myself these things. That's why I wrote it as I can control the number of people I share this amazing business with enthusiasm and with excitement, not with fear of them saying no. Because I know that I was offered a gift. I would be living paycheck to paycheck, struggling with an eating disorder, and out of my freaking mind, and my marriage would probably be failing if it wasn't for this business. And that's the truth. So why would I not share this with people, right? I can control the opportunities that I give my coaches, push groups, calls that they can get on, anything like that. I can control the groups that I run monthly for my customers and coaches, and also how much energy I put into them. Do they really feel my presence in there? Am I really talking with them? Am I really making an impact in my groups? Am I really educating them on how to be better? I'm in control of that. I can control the systems I put in place. I can control how organized I am. I can control the activity I do every day, and I can control the choice I make to succeed. But I can't control the activity that my coaches put out. I may know that someone is so freaking perfect for this, and if they just got out of their own way, they would skyrocket, but I can't control if they won't get out of their own way, right? And if I focus on that, it's going to suck what I can control out of me. I'm not going to have any energy for the things I can control. I can't control the calls and opportunities that my coaches and customers accept from me. So I can't control that I host a team call and only 5 people out of, I think I have like 30 working coaches that are personally sponsored right now, 5 of them get on. I can't control that. I could let it upset me, but that'd be silly because I can't control that, right? I can't control the participation in my challenge groups. I can control my energy, but not the participation. I can try my best. I can't control the amount of people that say yes to me, but I can control how many I'm asking. I can't control the duplication that happens in my downline, and I can't control the way people view me and what I do. But the cool thing about all of these things I can't control, there's this quote where it's like, I don't know if you guys have heard it. It's like, the husband is the head of the household, but the wife is the neck, and she controls the head, right? Like if it wasn't for the neck, the head would just be like, just hanging out there, right? The cool thing about all these things I just told you that you can't control is that those are the heads, and you're in control of the necks of them. You're in control of something that directly can change that. You're in control of the participation in your challenge groups. You can't control the participation, but you can control something that may encourage more. You're not in control of how many people say yes to you, but you are in control of how many people you offer it to, which increases your chances of getting more yeses. So a lot of times we worry about these things we can't control, when really if we could just look underneath them, there's one thing that we can control, that we can pour into, that will make a huge change. So I choose to control the controllable and worry about that only. It doesn't happen all the time, but that is what I try to tell myself, right? I've been holding back these hiccups this whole time. I feel them coming and they're hurting me. I choose to breathe excitement and life into this business and lifestyle every day for anyone that's willing to accept it and listen. Because if I'm not excited, I mean, if someone came to you and told you to try this new LaCroix, okay, they want you to try sparkling water. And you're like, I don't really want to try sparkling water, but they're so freaking pumped about it and excited that you're like, I just need to know what the heck's in that can. Like, this sounds exciting, right? If they're excited, you're going to try it. If you're just like, hey, do you want to try this? I don't know if you've ever heard of it. No? Okay. And you're not too excited. Of course they're going to be like, I don't really know what you got going on over there, right? It's the same thing. You have to choose to breathe excitement and life into this business and lifestyle every day. And then I choose to talk to more and more people and spread the truth that they can change their life with passion and love, because a lot of the things that hold people back from change and from this is that they don't realize that they can. They don't realize that they do have the ability to choose. They think that their life was to go to school, go to college, go to work for 30 years, maybe retire. They think that's the path because that's what society has said that we have to do. I choose to share with people that doesn't have to be the case, right? So the secret sauce, I believe, is choosing to fuel your soul with only the good. Let the bad slip through the cracks, and instead of letting them bring you down, choose to strengthen those areas instead and lift them up. So the last little bit, and then we'll open for questions. Sorry, I went a little bit longer than I thought I would. It is said that there is a certain 20% of the activity that you do in your business that's responsible for 80% of your growth and success. So out of 100% of what you do for your business, there's a top 20% that actually gives you the most of your success. And the important things is to identify those and really focus on those. And the cool thing is that these happen to be the things that you can control. The amount of people you're inviting, the amount of people you're talking to, the amount of warmth you're putting out on your Facebook page, all those things I told you, how great you're running your challenge groups. Those things are in your control. Those are your top 20%. They're going to generate 80% of your success. So you already know about the 4 vital behaviors. We don't really need to go into that, but they do drive your business, and they're in your control and yours only. So you really have to focus on that. And what I misspelled this apparently. What I would just like all of you guys to do is either take a screenshot of this or write this down. And you don't need to do this now, but sometime tonight or tomorrow after you've had some time to really think about this, or whenever you listen to this recording, go ahead and post in your team page. And I want you to share a self-reflection with everyone. Are you consistently inviting right now? Are you consistently doing programs beginning to end and sharing your results? What is your next program if not? Are you consistently reading personal development every day? Are you listening to the National Wake Up Call? You guys, these are things that a lot of times when people say, do this and post it, none of you will, and only a few of you will. But when you do it and you get out of your way and you just do it and you don't say, oh, it doesn't really matter if I don't do that. It does matter. The minute you do it, there's this realization that you just committed to yourself. When you're not consistently inviting, when you're not consistently doing new programs and sharing your results, and when you're not consistently growing yourself and listening to other top coaches that are doing the same, then you're shooting yourself in the foot. You know, you're just, this business is easy. It's hard to do it all sometimes, but the activities are easy. And if you can just self-reflect, give yourself a small goal, even if it's 1 a day, even if it's 2 a day. I mean, I had a great conversation about how to start really small this week. And if you can just commit to that, post it in the page so people can see, and commit to that and recognize that this will change your life. Control the controllable. Get out of your own way and revisit that post and say, like, every single week, okay, this is how I'm doing this week, and kind of up that goal as you go. Then you're only going to see your business grow, and you're only going to see momentum in your team. So I don't know if Tabitha, maybe when you post the recording, everybody could post their kind of self-reflection below the recording. And then you guys can just hold each other accountable to it, and also cheer each other on, because that's the biggest part too, is being there for each other and not doing this alone, because that's the other thing that's in your control. If you feel alone in this business, it's because you're not plugging into the team. And if you're not plugging in your team, then you're doing this a lot harder than you actually need to be. So that's all I have. It was a lot longer than I thought, probably because I got disconnected for 5 minutes.
No, that was some good stuff. And another thing, remember, Lindsay, when we were talking to Christina, like after we did that, what was that group we did, Team Spirit or something? Anyways, we were talking about like how you have to have a thick skin. And I always remember that because it's like for this business, you really have to have a thick skin because you get so much rejection. And I can say now in my business, and I think Lindsay would agree, that like I get, like today I sent out like probably 15 invites. A few of them were people I had talked to before, but like I literally sent out 15 invites because I did a post that got a lot of interaction. I was able to connect with those people, and it was a fitness kind of weight loss, whatever, focused post. And I was able to message them and just straight up kind of ask like, hey, you know, whatever. And I got like a ton of no responses, you know, and it's like, it didn't even bother me. It doesn't even faze me. I mean, yeah, it stinks because then I'm thinking, okay, I sent out that many invites. I dug deep to do that. And then it was like, but like, you just start to like, not even really let that get in your way. Especially when you're looking like at your month end goal, or you're looking at your daily, like, cause again, you can't control that. That is so out of your control, whether or not they respond. Cause like Lindsay said, it's just not the right time. They're busy. They looked at it and they just, whatever, got on with their day and thought, I'll message her later. And then guess what? They like never message you for maybe a month until you follow up with them. And the other thing too, Lindsay, that you said, I feel like we always compare this business to our fitness, and it's so funny how they like relate so much, because you know how they say fit isn't a destination. And I think this business is the same. Like Lindsay's retired, she stays home. She's like reached the ultimate goal. Like she's reached it, but she's not done. Like she's not like, oh, now I can just hang out because I stay at home and my business will continue to grow because it just will. You know, she has to put still just as much, probably more activity now than you did when you worked, you know, because you have more time to devote and you have a bigger team and you have a lot more stuff that you have developed for your business. So I don't know. I think you got to think about it that way too, that it's not like, I don't know. And you're just going to continue to grow with your business and things are going to change. And then you're going to see it differently, which was kind of what we talked on your call last time, Lindsay, but.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was going to comment on something you said, but I forgot. It was about the Christina thing, having a thick skin. The other thing is that a lot of times, you guys, anybody, and this is the last thing I'll say, but a lot of times people don't answer. And what I've really started doing is after 2 days, if I see that they've seen it, but they haven't answered me, I just message them and I say, hey, I'm really sorry. This must be a crazy busy time. I see you saw my message. You haven't had time to respond. I'm sure that you're just super busy. Please don't feel any pressure. I hope you are having a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. And I close the conversation, because chances are 5 out of 10 times they literally say, oh, I meant to message you back, but I saw it when I was in the store, or I saw it, and they forget. So that's another reason you can't take it personal, because they might just have, they're busy, right? They might just have forgotten. And so that's something else. And then that kind of keeps that segue of like communication open for the future too. It wasn't weird. It was closed. We're moving on. But in the future, it may be time. But anyway, did anybody have any questions or any comments? I know it wasn't any like topic specific thing, but more motivation, I would say.
No, it was good tips just on like you with invites and all that stuff. It was really good with that presentation. I liked it a lot.
Oh, good.
Linda, did you have any questions at all? Nothing? Okay. Carlita?
No. Evelyn, do you want to push on your phone or on your computer to start video? Hi.
Hi. Sorry, guys. Since I'm late, I have a crazy 1-year-old here who's now helping me with laundry.
Oh, good. Hi.
Allow me to cooperate earlier.
Perfect. Hey, do you want to have her in the picture? I want to take a picture. That's why I wanted you to get on real quick. Abatha, do you like to take a picture on your computer too?
Go ahead. Yeah, you go ahead if you want to first, and then I'll take one. Are you
okay.
taking your computer or your phone?
I'm going to do it on my phone this time.
Yeah.
All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Got it. Yay, kiddos.
All right, you want to put it in front of?
All right. Ready? Oh, hi, Summer.
Hold on, so sorry.
No, that's fine. Hi, Jude.
Okay.
Say hi.
Okay.
I think I was looking sideways, but that's fine.
It's all good.
All right. Well,
thank
thanks for staying on.
Yes, I appreciate it. I'll post the recording, and then if you need to share it with anybody, you can. Okay.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me, Tabitha.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Nice to see you guys.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Hope you feel better, Devin.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye.